In the heart of the African savanna, under the vast expanse of a cerulean sky, lay a kingdom ruled not by men but by a majestic lion named Kiano. His mane, golden like the sun, flowed with a grace that spoke of his dominion over the land. Kiano was the leader of a formidable pride, a coalition of powerful lions and lionesses who revered him not only for his strength but also for his wisdom and just leadership. Kiano's pride was more than a family. It was a society bound by ancient traditions and mutual respect. Among them were Zuri, a fierce huntress whose prowess in bringing down prey was unmatched, and Mosi, Kiano's trusted advisor, known for his strategic mind. The cubs of the pride, playful and inquisitive, looked up to their elders with eyes full of wonder, learning the ways of survival and the importance of unity. Each day the pride moved as one, hunting in coordinated efforts, patrolling their territory, and ensuring the safety of the cubs. Life in the pride was harmonious, a delicate balance of strength and tenderness, where each member played a crucial role. But beneath this harmony, unseen currents began to stir, hinting at the complexities of the animal kingdom. The harmony of the pride began to wane when a drought struck the savanna, drying up watering holes and depleting food sources. The once lush grasses turned brittle and brown, and the herds of wildebeest and zebras migrated in search of greener pastures. With resources scarce, tensions within the pride grew palpable. One evening, as the pride gathered under the fading light of dusk, Kiano addressed his family. "We must move to the northern territories where the rivers still flow," he declared, his voice resonating with authority. However, a murmur of dissent rippled through the lions. It was Mosi who spoke up, his tone measured but firm. "Kiano, the northern territories are ruled by the hyena clan. They are cunning and treacherous. Our pride's safety may be at risk." Kiano, though aware of the danger, was resolute. "We have faced adversaries before and emerged victorious. We cannot let fear dictate our actions." Despite Kiano's confidence, the pride was divided. Zuri, ever loyal, stood by Kiano's decision, but others, wary of the potential threat, harbored doubts. Among them was Nyoka, a young lioness with ambitions that stretched beyond mere survival. Her eyes gleamed with a hidden motive as she observed the growing divide within the pride. Reluctantly, the pride began their journey to the north. The trek was arduous, and the sun's relentless heat drained their strength. As they moved deeper into the hyena clan's territory, the landscape became hostile, with jagged rocks and sparse vegetation. Nyoka, who had been sowing seeds of discord among the younger lions, saw an opportunity to advance her own plans. She whispered in their ears, casting doubt on Kiano's leadership and promising them power and prosperity if they followed her instead. One night, as the pride rested by a meager watering hole, Nyoka made her move. "Kiano's decisions have led us into peril," she declared, her voice loud enough for all to hear. "We need new leadership, someone who will secure our future." Kiano, though aware of the unrest, was taken aback by the open challenge. He stepped forward, his golden eyes fixed on Nyoka. "Is this how you repay the pride that nurtured you?" he asked, his voice a mix of sadness and anger. Nyoka met his gaze without flinching. "I seek only what is best for us all," she replied, her tone cold and calculating. A tense silence followed, the pride members looking between Kiano and Nyoka, torn between loyalty and the fear of an uncertain future. As if the tension within the pride wasn't enough, their troubles multiplied when they encountered the hyena clan. The hyenas, led by a shrewd matriarch named Shenzi, had been observing the pride's struggles. Sensing weakness, Shenzi saw an opportunity to strike. Under the cover of darkness, the hyenas launched a surprise attack. Their eerie cackles filled the night air, and chaos erupted as the lions fought to defend themselves. Kiano and his loyal followers, including Zuri and Mosi, formed a defensive circle around the cubs. Nyoka, caught off guard by the sudden ambush, found herself fighting alongside the pride she had plotted against. Her hidden motives were momentarily overshadowed by the instinct to survive. In the midst of the battle, Kiano's strength and leadership shone through, his roars rallying the pride to fend off the attackers. But the cost was high. Several lions were injured, and Mosi, Kiano's trusted advisor, fell to the relentless onslaught of the hyenas. The pride managed to drive the hyenas away, but the victory felt hollow. As they tended to their wounds, the pride's morale was shattered, and doubts about their future grew. The savannah lay silent under the blanket of the night, the stars glimmering like scattered diamonds in the vast expanse of the sky. Kiano, weary from the day's trials, sat beneath the ancient baobab tree, his golden mane catching the faint moonlight. Beside him, Zuri kept watch, her amber eyes scanning the darkness for any sign of danger. As the night wore on, a restless energy pulsed through the pride, a lingering tension born from Nyoka's betrayal. Though the threat of the hyena clan had been temporarily subdued, the wounds inflicted by their treachery ran deep. Kiano knew that the true battle lay not in the savannah's shadows, but within the hearts of his pride. It was then that the lioness from the neighboring pride arrived, her breath ragged and her eyes wide with fear. She recounted tales of devastation, of hyenas descending upon her home with a ferocity that left no survivors. Her plea for sanctuary stirred compassion in Kiano's heart, but Nyoka saw an opportunity amidst the turmoil. Approaching Kiano with a facade of contrition, Nyoka whispered venomous lies into the ears of the younger lions. She painted the newcomer as a pawn of the hyenas, sent to infiltrate their pride and sow discord from within. Fear and suspicion spread like wildfire, threatening to tear apart the fragile bonds that held the pride together. Kiano, burdened by the weight of leadership, struggled to quell the rising unrest. He knew that the survival of their pride depended on trust and unity, but Nyoka's manipulations threatened to unravel everything they had fought for. With a heavy heart, he confronted Nyoka, his voice echoing with the authority of a king betrayed. "You have poisoned our family with your ambition and lies," Kiano declared, his gaze unwavering. "You seek power at the expense of our unity, but I will not let you tear us apart." Nyoka, undeterred by Kiano's accusation, snarled back with defiance burning in her eyes. "You cling to outdated ideals, Kiano. The pride needs a leader who can adapt to survive in this unforgiving world." But it was Zuri who intervened, her loyalty to Kiano unwavering, even in the face of betrayal. With a swift and decisive leap, she brought Nyoka down, her claws bared and her roar echoing across the savannah. In that moment, justice was served, and Nyoka's schemes came crashing down around her. In the aftermath of the confrontation, the pride gathered beneath the baobab tree, the air heavy with the weight of their shared ordeal. They mourned the losses suffered, honoring the memory of Mosi, whose wisdom had guided them through countless trials. Kiano, though scarred by betrayal, stood tall as their leader, his resolve unbroken by the challenges they had faced. As dawn broke over the horizon, casting hues of gold and pink across the savannah, the pride emerged from the shadows of adversity, stronger than ever before. They had weathered the storms of betrayal and treachery, their bonds forged in the crucible of adversity. With heads held high and hearts united, they faced the future with a newfound sense of purpose, ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead on their journey through the untamed wilderness of the African savannah.